His announcement shocked Ohio's political world. Attorney General Dave Yost choosing to leave state politics before his term is up and before voters choose his successor. Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trow sat down with Yost to talk about his time as Ohio's top cop, what he'll miss about the job, and that decision to leave now.
I'm an optimist.
With only a few more weeks on the job, Attorney General Dave Yost gave us a final interview.
I'm not aware that you like anything, Morgan. You're a resident critic.
Hey, just doing my job, just like you.
Throughout the years, Yost has made headlines, but his most recent, resigning half a year before the end of his term.
What told you that it was time to leave now?
Well, I got an unexpected offer that I literally couldn't refuse.
He's joining the conservative nonprofit law firm Alliance Defending Freedom.
Couldn't have waited 8 months?
Well, part of the job is going to be standing up some new functions internally. It was time. It was just time.
Yost is most proud of his efforts in fighting public corruption, including the first energy House Bill 6 bribery scheme. His latest case against the utility company's former executives ended in a 10-2 hung jury.
Are you confident that your team will be able to successfully, without you, get convictions?
We've got a fresh team coming on board with fresh eyes. We will take the excellent work that was done by the first team. We will refine that.
He's disappointed not to be overseeing that retrial, but he is proud to have gotten his way on the retired teachers' pension fund case.
You've dug deep on that.
With a judge removing the STRS chair for participating in what would have been a $65 billion corruption scheme.
That'll be a landmark case. We're going to think twice before they pick up a call and start conspiring with somebody about how they're going to move some money around for investments.
But Yost's political dreams of being governor evaporated in 2025 when the GOP endorsed Vivek Ramaswamy over him, which he told us in December was the wrong choice.
Do you worry about the future of Ohio politics?
Oh, is there a future for Ohio politics?
Well, we're here, aren't we? Do you think that Ohio's moving in the right direction right now?
I think there are things that we need to be seriously thinking about where we don't have direction and we need direction.
But what is for sure is that the future of Ohio politics doesn't include him.
What would you say to some of your colleagues who say that you're giving up?
Gee, I've been in the fight, and the fact that I got an offer to do something else with half a year left on my term, yeah, they can go pound sand.
At the Attorney General's office, I'm your Columbus Bureau reporter, Morgan Trow.
And that was